2018 Happy Sankranti greetings from Alapatys house. Sankranti Supakangshalu. This year our Bommala Koluvu theme is about human values as described by Sri Satya Sai Baba. Here is a quote from Swami about who is an educated person. Who is an educated person? Whoever tries to understand the human values of truth, right conduct, peace, love, and non-violence properly, who practices these values and propagates them with zeal and sincerity, can alone be described as truly educated person. So there are 5 human values and each one of them have their own sub-values. The first one is truth, and the second one is love, and the third one is right conduct. The fourth one is non-violence, and the last and the fifth one is peace. So the first story is about truth, speaking the truth. Once upon a time there lived a woodcutter in a nice small village, and he earned his daily livelihood by cutting the wood and sell them in the town to feed his family. One day when he was cutting the wood near the banks of a river over here, accidentally the axe fell into the river. So he was crying because he is so poor, he doesn't have any money to buy even a new axe. So Lord appeared in front of him and showed him 3 axes here. One is gold, another one is silver, other one is iron. Then Lord asked him, which one is yours? Then the woodcutter said, oh Lord, mine is only iron axe. Then Lord was very happy with him because he spoke the truth. So he gave him all of the 3 axes. So the woodcutter went back home and sold those precious axes, and then he was living happily. His neighbor is also a woodcutter. He learned about what happened to him, and then next day he went to the forest, and then next to the river there was a tree. He started cutting and then dropped the axe purposefully into the river, and then he was crying out loud. Then Lord appeared to him, asked him what happened. He said, oh Lord, my axe fell down into the waters. Then Lord showed him all 3 axes, asked him, which one is yours? He said, oh, mine is silver and gold axe. And then Lord was not happy with his answer because he did not tell the truth. Lord took all of the axes and disappeared. So the moral is we have to speak the truth all the time. So the third story is about avoid speaking hurtful truth. So once upon a time in a village there was a hunter here. His daily chores are to hunt animals and then feed his family. One day he was hunting a deer and it got hit by his arrow, and then it ran away and escaped into a hermitage where a sage is teaching his disciples. So the deer was hiding inside, and eventually this hunter comes to sage house or his hermitage and asks him, did you see my deer? And then says he doesn't want to lie because it is going to hurt the deer. So what should he do? He says, the thing that sees cannot speak, which is eyes, which are eyes, right? And the thing that speaks cannot see, which is mouth. And the hunter did not understand that, and he asked him, did you see my deer? And sage repeats same thing, and again hunter asked him again the same question. So this conversation went on, and finally hunter got upset and then left. So this way the sage did not lie and saved the life of the deer. Next value is love. True love really calls for unconditional sacrifice. To depict that, we show here King Dasharatha and Rama's love. So when Rama heard that he has been banished to forest for 14 years and his brother Bharata will become king, he loved his father so much, he honored his father's wish and sacrificed the kingdom. He went to the forest. At the same time, King Dasharatha could not bear the separation of Rama because he loved him so much. He pined and then died or passed away. So true love calls for sacrifice. The next story is about bird Jatayu here. When Ravana was abducting Sita, bird Jatayu confronts him and fights with him fiercely, but she could not win over Ravana, and in this process it got hurt really bad and is lying on the ground. When Rama was searching for Sita, he comes this way and finds bird, almost in a death stage. He comes to the bird and tenders the bird and asks the bird what happened. She tells what has happened, and she says she tried her best to save Sita, but she could not. And then after that, the bird dies. Even though it is bird, Rama did the last rites for that bird because it sacrificed her life to fight with Ravana trying to save Sita. So unconditional love really calls for sacrifice. That is depicted here. Next value is right conduct. To depict that value, here we show the scene of Karna and a priest here. Before Mahabharata Yuddha or war, Indra got worried about his son, thinking that Karna may kill him. So in order to protect his son, which is Arjuna, he comes to the court of Karna as a poor Brahmin in disguise. And Karna asks him, what do you want? He says, I would like to have your Kavacha Kundalas. Then Karna has taken an oath that under no circumstances he will break his oath. To honor that pledge or oath, Karna gives away his Kavachakundala in a plate and so that he can give it to priest. So the moral is, even during difficult situations and circumstances, one should not violate his word. So Karna, that displays Karna's character, which is right conduct. And for that, even today, Karna is known for his charity and right conduct. Now, another scene about right conduct is Vibhishana's Sharanagati. During the war between Rama and Ravana, Vibhishana wants to tell Ravana one last time that holding somebody's wife is adharma, which is unrighteousness. So you should give away Sita to Rama. But Ravana disagrees and scolds Vibhishana. And finally Vibhishana decides to leave Ravana and then approaches Rama for refuge. And Rama asks all of Vanaras, what should we do? Everybody says he is the brother of Ravana, we should not accept him. And Rama asks Hanuman, what should we do? And Hanuman says, oh Lord, accept Vibhishana. And then Rama has accepted Vibhishana to his camp. Since Vibhishana has decided not to be with Adharma, even though his brother is Ravana, he decided to be with the Dharma side, which is righteousness. So for that, even God loves for those people who wants to uphold righteousness and be on the right side. And that is the moral here. The next value is non-violence. To depict that value in a scene, we are using the life story of Buddha. Before Buddha born, in Hinduism, lot of violence was there, lot of wars, people used to fight with each other, and Vaishnavites fight each with the Shaivites. Even though God is one, they used to do a lot of violence. Even animal sacrifices were so predominant. There was a lot of violence happening in Hinduism at that time. When Buddha born, he preached about non-violence. His main teaching is about discrimination, using the mind properly. So when we get a thought, we should not get into action immediately. First, we should pass it to the heart and then think whether it is the right thing to do it or not. Imagine somebody is going to do the same thing to you, then how do you feel? So you have to pass that test. Then only you put that thought into the action. The violence can be by gestures, by speech, by actions. We should stay away from this kind of 3 stages. That's what Buddha has preached. Basically, we have to discriminate so that we are not indulging in violence. A lot of people like, famous people like Buddha, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, and so many other people followed non-violence. Because of that, they are remembered even today. And this is non-violence is one of the values that is depicted here. The last value is peace. To depict this value, we are going to show you the life story of Isaac Tigret and his conversation with Satya Sai Baba in Puttaparthi. So to depict that scene, we have arranged dolls to mimic Puttaparthi here. Isaac Tigret has, in his childhood and young adult age, he had a rough life. He wants to earn more money, and he started a car business where he purchased luxury cars and shipped them to other countries. So he started making money, and eventually he made a lot of money, and with that money he purchased a franchise called Hard Rock Cafe. It's a big chain of restaurants, can be found all over the countries in downtowns. And he amassed millions of dollars, and he was not happy in his life because he didn't have peace. He was looking for peace, and he was very miserable, and he was discontent. At some point, somebody told Isaac, go to Puttaparthi and talk to Satya Sai Baba, you may find peace. Then he traveled to Puttaparthi several times. After several visits, Swami has given him an interview or conversation, to have a conversation with him. In that conversation, Swami asked him, what do you want? And Isaac said, I came here looking for peace. And the conversation went on, and Swami asked again, why did you come here? What do you want? Then Isaac said, I want peace. Those are the 3 words he used to tell Swami. And then Swami said, okay, you want peace. I can give you peace, but you need to give me 2 things. And Isaac said, Swami, what are those 2 things? I want. Give those things to me, I'll give you peace. But Isaac did not understand. He asked Swami, I'm confused. I can give you those 2 words, but how do I get peace? Then Swami said, I represents ego. In your life, you had so much of ego. You treated your staff and friends very rudely. You misbehaved. You have so much of ego. Give up your ego. That's one thing I want you to give me. And then Isaac said, then what about want? And Swami said, you have amassed millions of dollars, and still you're trying to amass more money. You have to put a ceiling to your desires. Want means desires. Once you control your desires, you will have peace. So give up your desires. Then at that moment, Isaac realized what he was, what kind of life he led. And then he heard that Swami is trying to construct a super specialty hospital in Puttaparthi to serve poor people, and he contributed to the construction of that super specialty hospital. He gave millions of dollars after selling his chain, and then I think he settled in Puttaparthi. Over the period of years, he is more peaceful and lovable, and he still lives in Puttaparthi. So that is the significance of his conversation with Swami. Is the peace is the human value here. So that concludes 2018 Bommala Koluvu in our home, Alapatys home, and thank you for watching.